the deer man looks down at Palmer and says,
Palmer, it is time for you to be gathered by the wild hunt. You and your ward need to come with us.
Okay, what's happening?
I'm turning to Palmer and like my eyes are wide and childish. I'm like, Palmer, what's going on?
this deer person puts his hands on Palmer and Jurnee's shoulders and says,
"It's time to go."
and then to Mordecai and Dan, they just disappear.
As soon as the charm is gone, my arm shoots up and I'm like an inch from shooting the gun, but I registered that they're gone.
Dan, this is what happened because you pulled your gun the first
Damn
time,
it,
dude. He's
son of
gonna
a
kill
bitch.
them. You're too aggressive, bro.
I'm not aggressive enough. Should have shot.
He had
I should've shot.
washboard abs, Dan.
I should have shot.
They would have glanced off.
Yeah, dude, those
Okay,
things are
scene.
rock hard.
Scene. Now, what happens to them?
Palmer and Jurnee, you blink and you find yourself sitting in a train car.
Ooh.
But the train is entirely made of wood, and this deer-headed man is sitting next to you.
Is there anyone else on the train?
No.
Okay, Jurnee is screaming. she has no care for public appearances at all at this point. She realizes there is no one around to think that she's a crazy person, so she starts screaming.
I think the deer man once again looks over at Jurnee and just says,
"Calm."
and roll plus charm.
God damn. Good thing for me, I'm pretty charming. Now hold on a minute.
I'd love for you to pass this check.
I know. I'm really hoping I will, but
If you don't, you level up. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I win either way. It's mixed.
okay, so you feel the sense of calm wash over you. You know that things are still very strange and uncomfortable to you, but you also realize that you are not actually in any danger here.
Okay, sorry about the scream. Where are we? Who are you?
I am Percha.
Urcha.
God damn it.
Another foreigner.
And we are on the way to Oberon's court.
Ah, nah, shit. Here we go again.
Phil, I hate you for ruining this for me.
He wasn't going to take us. We weren't on the guest list.
Damn it.
To do with my mission, I feel it's well underway.
Okay, your mission? Your mission.
She reaches over and does the thing that fish kissy, totally trying to silence you, but kind of a little bit. Why don't you just go ahead and do that to yourself? No, the opposite. You gotta squish. You guys, there you go. Yeah. You squish and make. That's what's happening.
That's good audio.
Okay, well, Palmer, we can't. Excuse me, can I talk
No,
for
no.
12
What does he
Okay.
say?
Please continue.
Yeah, Percha says,
Oberon wanted you to do a little performance review. He's been watching what's been going on and had some questions.
Quarterly review time, baby.
Oh man, what's the CEO got to do this in person for?
Maybe he's like a department head.
Percha is probably the department head.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sick, awesome. Hate that.
You find yourself on this train as it's going along, and the camera zooms out, and we see this entirely wooden train going along wooden tracks, and you realize that The tracks are all on the branches of this gigantic tree that's stretching out over hundreds of thousands of miles, and there are branches above and below, and you see other train cars passing by and going through, and you are going into the center of this wooded area, and you see at the front of the train these little blue lights that are leading the way, lighting the way for the train cars as they pass by.
Can I just add something for flavor? I feel like
Of course, please.
since we are here, either by her own will or not, I think there's no more glamour on
Yeah,
Palmer. I
yeah.
think it just doesn't make any sense. I don't even know if she would be aware of it or not, but it's just so extremely not necessary.
Yeah, hair is fully wild, wings out.
Wait, well, hair is wild, wings around. It's time to fucking party.
I don't know if she's let go of Jurnee's face yet or not, but regardless of whether or not she has, Jurnee has just kind of gone slack at this point. She is having like extreme information overload and has no idea what's happening. There's just too many things happening
Probably
at
for
once.
the best. Yeah, let's drink it in slowly, or not at all.
It can't really be slowly.
I think
Dump
you,
right
you
in.
could knock, but nobody's there right now.
Yeah.
She's just out.
Yeah, Percha looks you over and realizes that you guys have been like heavily injured
Oh, true.
over the course of this and says,
You will need your strength for Oberon's questioning.
and he just waves his hand and you guys instantly feel better. Take all of the harm off of your sheets. That is as much of a literal hand wave that I can give.
This comes with no price, I assume.
The price that you pay for this gift is just your participation.
Fair enough. Is she still passed out, or you just?
No, I'm not passed out. I'm just like blank faced. There is no. I'm just extremely. I'm having a moment.
I think it goes without saying, but either the camera did not come with us, or it is bit like long since been neglected. Like,
I would
Yeah.
like to think that the camera like transmogrified into something very like plant-like and just stopped being a camera for the time being.
it's like the scene from Princess Mononoke where she tries to shoot this forest god and it just starts sprouting. Like, there are no wooden parts to a camera from which could plants sprout, but I mean,
Right.
obviously,
Yeah.
I pictured it just like dropping when we got teleported, and it's still with the boys.
That's fair.
Oh,
Makes sense,
you
too.
know.
Ooh,
Oh, you know Dan's gonna do something with that.
ooh, you know,
Oh no.
you know, Dan's gonna look through all the footage.
Well, yes.
But also filming YouTube videos.
Dan's gonna start his own side channel.
There's an automatic sort of like preset connection to her YouTube channel where you can just straight upload from the camera.
Oh no.
I touch it, and like the warlock patron that lives inside of it just imbues me with YouTuber persona.
Oh my god.
Hey, guys.
Oh my god, what a take. That is such a take. A warlock that goes through a video camera? That's sick.
That's a fucking SCP.
That's a genuinely good idea and might be the plot hook for a future mystery,
Very
Hmm.
cool.
future one shot. Mordecai and Dan. You guys are on the beach and you just watched your friends disappear. Hello.
Dan, I think they're dead, dude.
The camera.
Well, yeah, we see the camera on the ground, obviously.
I'm just like, I take a moment and I'm holding my head in my hands. But after that, I am looking for any physical trace.
Yeah, you guys see the camera and pick it up.
Yeah, I frantically pick it up and examine it for any, like, did it break when it fell? Are there any like weird colors or plants growing on it or anything?
Yeah, I think you would turn it over and there's like a small sprig of vine like wrapped around the end of the lens.
Ooh, Dan, take a sample.
This is something. I'm going to rip it out if I can.
Okay, yeah, it comes free.
Okay, Mordecai, I didn't think I would ever have to ask you this question. Do you have a light?
Do I have a light? Yeah, man. Definitely have one. For sure.
I need to borrow it for a second.
Sure. And while he does that, clearly about to burn some vine, I'm going to put on the glasses and try to see if there's like magical traces or anything.
Roll a sharp for, I don't know if this would be investigate or read a bad.
Do you have to roll to put glasses on?
Not rolling to put the glasses on, rolling to see through good.
Okay.
Yeah, rolling to see what you see.
Here we go. Dan, do your thing, dog.
I take the lighter and I twist up the vine into like a little spiral, and then I try to light it like incense.
Okay.
It's a 10 on Mordecai's sharp roll. It's a full success. And then my intention is to sort of like get it smoking and then sort of like open up my third eye and then look at the smoke from a like dimensional point of view and then see if it drifts in a particular dimensional direction. What I'm essentially doing is using that old black magic to roll weird, use magic, and then see if I can determine where did it go.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll that. Mordecai, you're looking around, and I think we're going to handle this as I think this is going to just be a flexible alternative kind of thing. So what do you want to ask?
I'll go with 2 general questions, and you must tell me honestly and with good detail what you discover. So question number 1, is there like a trail of this magic? Like, does it go anywhere that I can discern?
I think that there is no like physical trail that you could like see on the ground. As far as magic itself goes, you would see that there was like a heavy concentration of that green aura that you had been previously seeing here, and it kind of just dissipated straight up into the air.
So it's like I just see the chemtrail go off into space, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially.
Like the gate they use in Thor to travel everywhere by shooting lasers.
The Bifrost.
Yeah, the Bifrost.
Gotcha. Do I see anything through the spectacles of like a reaction? Is it creating like any kind of substance or whatever? Like, is there, something happening via my eyes? So I know he's trying to look from, well, on the outside, he's looking from like some perspective that Mordecai doesn't see or understand. But he's still going to watch the reaction through his own perspective. So is there anything that Mordecai sees from that reaction?
You would see the flame starting to crawl up this vine, and then you would see that spark of purple come out of Dan and mix in with the green as the vine catches fire completely and fully like starts to dissipate. So with that, Dan, what were you asking?
So essentially what I want to do is trace the teleportation to try and get an end point. I don't know if even with a 10, a full success, that's going to be something I can do, but I'm essentially technically asking like, where did it go to try and follow, essentially. How many times can I say essentially in one sentence?
Dude, yeah.
This can also be a thing that this magic is too strong for me to succeed on. I will accept that as an answer. But a bitch has got to try, right?
Absolutely. I think it would be unfair of me And I think it would be outside of the spirit of the game to say, oh, well, you guys just rolled 2 10s, but you don't get anything. Like, I feel like that would be me railroading the situation. And I don't want to do that. I think what you see here, you're wondering where did it go, and through the smoke of this vine, you start to get a visual of these wooden train tracks and these cars that are going along with these blue lights guiding them. And you pursue the camera zooms in further and goes along the track. And you see it rest on a red throne in a clearing.
If I were to ask a flexible question, it would be along the lines of, are they safe?
Are they safe? Yeah. We can establish that for sure.
Actually, it would be, if I could verb it specifically, it would be, are they going to die?
Are they going to die?
Because I know that if the answer is maybe, then that's fine. But if it's yes, then that's a problem.
Yeah. I think that in that answer you would see the camera come back and rest on a specific train car that's going along the tracks, and you would look in through the window of it and see this deer-headed man sitting with Palmer in her full Fae form, and then Jurnee also just kind of sitting next to them, and they're all just lined up on the train and like all on the same seat nicely. And it seems like they're okay. They're just kind of talking at this point.
Okay. So I know where they are, more or less. And I don't think they're going to die like right away.
I mean, that's good. But where did they go?
Would I be able to intuit anything about where they're going based off of my conversations with Palmer already?
Yeah, I think that you would know from like the look of this place and how otherworldly it seems, and the fact that Palmer is fully in her Fae form, that this is where Palmer lives. This is her home.
I think Palmer's consequences are catching up to her.
Is that a good thing? Or...
Consequences usually aren't good.
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily true. I mean, consequences are more like just the results of actions taken, right? So, I mean, positive or negative, a consequence is just like something that happens. Cause and effect, my dude.
That
science.
I'm really glad to have you here to ground me.
Yeah, man, I told you, you just can't be so negative all the time. Gotta roll
Mordecai,
with it.
Mordecai, grab your sword and get in the car.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. My bad, dude.
I'm going in there with you. It's not like get out of here. It's like join me in the car for a second.
Okay. Mordecai's like hesitant. He feels like he made Dan mad.
We're gonna climb into the car, and I'm gonna close the door, and we're sort of in the back. The seats are down.
Dude, don't hit
so there's
me.
like room.
Just don't hit me.
I promise I'm not going to hit you, but I would be ready for something to hit you just in case this works, which I don't think it will. And then I'm going to attempt to teleport.
Oh my god.
We're going to do a big magic.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
A big magic.
A big magic. Because
I'm probably going to ask Mordecai to help me with this.
Yeah, this is beyond what magic would normally be able to do.
And just for a clarification, I fully expect this to fail. But in light of Palmer and Dan's recent conversation, if the consequences of Dan's actions were to catch up to him, he would hope that they would at least try something to get them out of it. So he can't in good conscience just leave well enough alone on this.
Okay. No, I love this. This is This is a genuine moment of fuck. I wasn't expecting this, but this is great. So for this big magic, you're going to need the camera. You're going to need the vine. It's not fully burnt out. You're going to need help from Mordecai. You're going to be able to go somewhere that you saw, but you're not going to be able to pick where you land, essentially. I think that you have all of those things. So set up what this ritual looks like with you and Mordecai.
It requires a doorway, which is going to be the back door of the van. This time we'll be opening it the other way and going out to go through. It involves tracing the threshold of the doorway and
Speak friend and enter.
I think it'll consume the rest of the vine. We'll have to burn it. And both of us will have to be like arcanely in sync. So I'm gonna like grab Mordecai by the shoulders. I'm gonna be like, okay, like look into my eyes. Look into my eyes for a second.
Dan, our faces are so close together.
Okay. I'm gonna push Mordecai a little bit farther away from me. And I'm gonna say, okay, I need you to look right here, okay?
I love looking in those baby browns.
Okay. Now, I want you to think about Palmer, and I want you to think about Jurnee, and then I want you to think about trains, okay? In that order.
Like Thomas the Tank Engine?
No, like, well, yeah, kind of. Those are wooden. That's close. That's close enough. And then I want you.
Well, he's like
I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to get in sync with my breaths here.
But I have to smoke first.
Do what you got to do, man. Do whatever makes your magic happen.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a big old fat bong rip.
Okay, and I'll take a deep breath at the same time of my clean virgin air. And we'll exhale at the same time.
And like smoke fills the space in between us. Silvery smoke.
And then I'm going to say, okay, repeat after me. And then I'm going to start saying some things in a dead language. So I've got my right hand on Mordecai's shoulder. My left hand, I'm reaching out. And I am like tracing the outside of the door, or like the edges of the door. And I'm going to gesture for you to do the same.
Okay, I also reach out and touch
whether it makes sense to you or not.
I'm just doing what you do. Nothing makes sense to Mordecai 95% of the time. I believe.
And then as the chanting raises to a crescendo, a purple glow is going to just kind of like slowly saturate the room. I'll push on the car door to open it. And I imagine at this point we're like in sync through something that transcends normal interaction. I think something about our brainwaves is melding a little bit.
There's a soft purple glow in your eyes, but it's also coming over Mordecai's eyes at the same time.
And we'll open the door.
I'm feeling it.
Okay, use magic.
That is a 10.
So you guys push forward on those doors and you step through. And we're going to shift back to Palmer and Jurnee. You guys are on the train and you feel the train car come to a stop and the doors slide open. And just outside of the car doors, Palmer, you see somebody that you recognize. He's kind of a gangly fellow with long, dark hair. And you would know that this is your friend, the Grim. This is Mar. Way back in episode like 3 or 4, when we were talking about black dogs, you were like, "Oh, I know a black dog. He owes me money." This is him.
Okay. So in the general social hierarchy, in the sort of senpai Kohai relationship, where is he?
He is your equal, although he's not in trouble, and he makes fun of you for it.
Okay. Okay, I love this dynamic already.
Yeah, he runs up to you, Palmer, and he goes, "Oh, hey, good to see you again. Oh, you're really in shit with Oberon, aren't you?
He just slaps him upside the head.
Hey, now, Mr. Oberon wanted me to come and welcome you back home and help you find your way for the proceedings."
I haven't been gone that long.
Wait. But she and Jurnee suddenly like sparks back to life. Palmer, this is your home. This is where you live. Where is this? Are we in Sweden? Greenland? There's a lot of trees here.
This is the Fae realm. We are Fae. They are magic people. They use magic. We're made from magic. It's the whole shebang, all right?
She looks suspicious immediately.
What part of this is not convincing? She does essentially the equivalent of like a light show of cantrips. Like, what part of this?
This is not convincing, and just like small fireworks
Yeah, right.
pop out of her hands.
She approaches her and puts two hands on both shoulders and goes, "It is of incredible importance that you get a grip and face what you know to be true, which is that magic is real. I am not human, and you can use magic." Now, can you repeat that back to me?
I am not human.
No, you are. No,
and you
no.
can use it.
I think, can I just say, I feel like the Grim would just be getting a huge kick out of this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's like, oh. Wait. So you've been with her so long, but you still don't believe in magic?
We're getting there.
Wait. What do you think of this? And he transforms into a dog.
That's cool.
And the dog just looks up at you and is like,
Oh my god.
Wow.
oh, this is great.
Oh, you have such a cute dog voice.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Jurnee pets him.
Oh, behind the ear.
Here you go.
Oh, yeah, that's the stuff.
Here you go. I like your friend.
Let's just go.
The dog looks up at you, Jurnee, and says, "Oh, my name's Mar. It's nice to meet you."
Hey, Mar.
Mark?
So are you like the same kind of thing that Palmer is?
No, I'm better.
Oh, okay.
this fucking dude. This fucking dude.
Mar transforms back into his more human shape and says, okay, let's go.
Okay, wait. So Palmer, what animal can you turn into? Because it seems like all you can do is just pop out some wings, which, like, I mean, is cool, but like, do you have like a is this a full like anamorph situation, or
Are you acknowledging the fact that I am not human?
I'm not acknowledging anything right now. This is a terrible dream that I'm in,
That I will
but I'm gonna enjoy it.
I will not be answering your question. Also, on the topic of whether this is a dream or not, she pinches her cheeks like really fucking hard. Now, answer me that. Do you feel pain?
I mean, like, usually, but right now, specifically, yes.
Let's just go.
Yeah, Mar walks you down the hallways and streets of the Feywild, and you see.
Give me a vibe check.
You want a vibe check?
I want a vibe check of the area.
I love that this is just continuously you calling it a vibe check.
Yeah, I mean, like it's very, it's quaint. It's nice. It's like lots of software lights, just floating in the distance of a rainbow of colors. Yeah, there you see walking down the streets. There are other fae. There are giants. There are tengu. There are what seems to be elementals, golems of rock and stone and fire. Yeah, there's plenty of other creatures.
So I feel like whenever there's a particularly ridiculous looking one, she's just like grabbing Jurnee's head and pointing her eyes.
Jurnee is just wide-eyed, but not with like horror anymore. I think she's just completely lost it, and now she's kind of excited about all of this stuff.
Great.
And she's like, "Oh man, this gives me like big Wizard of Oz vibes."
Man, I'm getting real big Persona vibes.
Like,
Man who has only ever watched The Wizard of Oz.
I mean, like, you know, it wasn't a tornado that brought her here, but it might as well could have been. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, so Mar leads you down the streets, and you come to this clearing, and there are 6 seats, 3 on each side, and at the top of the clearing there is a red throne. And you see sitting on the red throne, there is this sapphire blue flame that has taken the shape of a human, and floating above his head is a little crown of flames. And you know that this is Oberon, the king of the Fae. And you are kind of led in and marched in, and Percha, who had been following behind you, takes his seat in one of the far seats of the circle. And Mar presents you and says, my King Oberon, Percha has brought Palmer, and the name just hangs on his tongue strangely for a little bit, and her ward, Jurnee Sitwell.
Oh, that's me. Hi. And then she kind of turns to Palmer really quickly, and under her breath, she's like, "So, like, are you in like a little bit of trouble or like big trouble?"
It entirely depends on you. Now be quiet.
Okay. She shuts up.
Oberon casts his eyes on you and speaks and says, "Oh, Palmer, it's good to see you again. How are you, child?"
The honor is mine to be let back into our fair city.
Yes, let's see how long you can stay with us this time.
Please, Mr. Principal, I give my time in detention.
Palmer, did you take your wings back before you were given them?
It was a matter of survival in dire circumstances.
Yes, I remember. It seems like your wings served you well
Had I
back in that
not forced
Sleepy Hollow.
them free,
Oh, I remember that.
I fear the mission would have been compromised beyond repair. If you will excuse my rudeness.
Have you convinced your charge that
I didn't get that.
we
She just like
and
stares
our
daggers
magic
at Jurnee.
is real?
Jurnee's just staring straight ahead, smile plastered on her
The
face, just blinking.
sheer
There is nothing going on inside her head.
difficulty
She's just
with which it is to have her absorb new information is the likes of which I have never seen in another sentient creature.
I see. I think we will have to do more unusual measures. And with that, he claps, and suddenly these walls of vines and brush comes up around you, and it separates you, Jurnee and Palmer. And you find yourselves in
Both of us?
this maze.
Okay.
Yep.
Can we
But
see
separated?
anything?
But separated. You can tell that obviously you've been separated, and it feels like the ground has shifted underneath you. And you can see from over the top of the hedges, suddenly you're a lot lower down than you used to be, and you're looking up at the chairs and the throne of Oberon as they proceed over your trial.
Cool.
So if I shout, can we hear each other, or are we too far apart to not be able to hear each other?
I think you can still hear each other a bit.
Palmer, what's going on?
And considering I am a part of this society, can I roll any sort of check to figure out what the true nature of this test is?
I don't think that you need to roll a check for it. I think you would know that this is the trial this is Oberon's like preferred method of questioning and kind of challenging those that he needs to maybe reprimand a little bit, but also test their understanding and test their will.
Oh, it's just a maze straight up and down.
Yes. So like you'd remember from maybe seeing previous trials that it's a circular maze with a area in the center, and getting to the center is what ends the trial.
Okay.
As you are also questioned by Oberon.
So I've presumably seen these happen before.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would assume, considering the place that we're in, that it's not always straightforward and there might be some unusual challenges. I mean,
you'll find out.
Well, but I'm saying, had I been a spectator, could I?
Yeah, you would remember certain things. You remember a minotaur coming in at one point for someone's trial. You remember a dragon on a particularly fierce trial. These only happen every couple of 100 years.
I'm aware that there could be a combat element to this.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of what I was leading to. If we can hear each other, I think I would not assume that we're gonna just be able to reconnect. Like this is not gonna be a thing where I can just like fly over the hedge and yay, we're back together. Because I feel like that would be disrespecting the rules of the trial. So I think she would just say, do your best to get through the maze and be prepared for a fight.
A fight with what?
You will have to use everything that is available in your arsenal.
Well, we don't have my camera anymore. She's rummaging through her purse to see what kind of random stuff she has in there.
Honestly, like, there is a sense of danger, but to Palmer, this is like, all right, good opportunity. She's gonna have to sink or swim. So I think
just throwing Jurnee in the pool.
I think she is just gonna move forward in her own maze.
So I I forgot about this move until just now. I mean, I don't really know if it's a move or if it's just an in general thing, but I do have the sight.
Yeah.
So I can see invisible spirits and magical influences, blah, 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 when I investigate a mystery. So could I investigate and see if there's anything particularly magical that will either help or hinder me with getting out of this maze?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll that. Roll the sight.
Okay.
Okay, so on a 1 with an investigate a mystery roll, you get 1 question.
On a 1? What? You mean 7?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
On a mixed success, you get 1 question.
Okay. Is there anything being concealed or hidden here that's going to jump out and ooga booga at me?
Yes, absolutely. You you see along the walls of the maze, you see something rustling and rummaging through it, and then out comes 3 little sprites that are vaguely humanoid, and they seem to be made of the same materials that the hedge of the maze is from. You see them coming as they fly out and start to fly towards you.
Okay, are they friendly?
No.
Okay, so is this a situation where I'm at the start of the maze and I can't go backwards, or can I go whatever direction I feel like going?
You're at the start of the maze and you can't go backwards. You're kind of like pinned in to a like end of a hallway right now.
Okay, and I'm guessing I can't just force myself through the wall of the hedge either.
You could try.
I don't know if I want to. Feel like that's a bad idea. Can I use my stun gun on them?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, they're small, so it like
They're
might be
also
effective.
made of wood.
Oh, I thought they were made of leaf. I don't know what they're made of.
Wood and leaf.
Wood and leaf?
Wood and leaf.
Well, that doesn't really conduct electricity very well, does
You
it?
can just roll the move, man.
Okay, well, how do I roll stun gun?
You roll kick some ass. I know it's rare for you. but-
I just don't do it enough that I forget that that's a move that I can use. Okay. Oh, this is gonna go well.
Jurnee Sitwell is learning things today.
I leveled up!
Oh no.
Yeah, so on a 2, yeah, you get your stun gun out and you try and fire it off at them, and they just weave around it and knock the stun gun out of your hand. And one of them comes at you and like hits you across the face for 1 harm.
Oh. It's rude. They're tiny little wood hands. Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to level up really fast.
No, it's okay.
Give me
I
a
will
second.
come back to you in a second.
Okay, thank you.
Palmer, you hear from Oberon. He asks you, now, have you considered talking to Miss Sitwell about her career and how it had been hurting us?
Until the nature of my existence was recently revealed, it seemed too risky to reveal something as delicate as our weakness. Even with her knowing, I found it an unnecessary detail.
Okay. Roll plus weird.
No. I never know what those mean.
Yeah, I don't either. It's a mystery.
You know, if it's like roll plus sharp, it's like, oh, you're trying to see if your brain can pick up on something. If it's roll plus weird, it's like, am I doing the weird? Is the weird being done to me?
Yes.
8 mixed success.
Okay, so Palmer, you feel the earth shift under your feet and see the walls of the hedges kind of shift around you, and you feel like you're a little closer to where you wanted to be. Let's look at Dan and Mordecai. So you guys stepped through your portal, and then you caught yourself falling.
Excellent.
From how high?
Yes.
I cast Featherfall.
You find yourself falling, and you guys both land on some tree branches overlooking a clearing, and you see a maze below you.
Excellent. I'm going to turn to Mordecai and put one finger over my lips in a shh sort of motion and try to get a closer look at this clearing.
Yeah, roll investigate a mystery, I think.
Okay.
Or read a bad situation. Either it's the same stat.
Okay. Well,
Both
I've
of us?
rolled a failure. A 2.
Yeah, I think Dan, you start to look around, and the deer-headed man that you saw earlier looks up at you, and the branch snaps underneath you, and you both tumble down, and you fall into the maze.
No, god damn it.
If there's one thing Dan's good at, it is ruining shit.
This fair trial just got pooped on.
Yeah, Mord, you've landed, and you're taking a look around. What do you want to ask?
Any dangers I haven't noticed? We haven't
Yeah,
noticed.
I think the danger that you hadn't quite noticed yet, because you just fell through and into this maze, is that there is a mound of dirt and rock, and the vines and brush of the walls are starting to coalesce together, and you see two like red lights come to life in the center of this mass, and it's kind of spherical, and then you see that it has large arms and legs, and it's starting to move towards you guys.
What's my best way out?
Your best way out is directly in front of you. There's a path in the maze.
So I asked you if there are any dangers you haven't noticed, and you said the sphere. And Dan's noticed Deer Man.
I
right?
noticed Deer Man, and that was the only thing I saw before I fell on my goddamn head. And I'm still picking myself up from that.
So then what's the biggest threat?
The biggest threat to you right now is the golem creature that's coming towards you guys.
Wait, is it a golem or a sphere?
Like
You mean a golem?
golem. Yeah,
Golem?
missaid it.
I hardly know him.
Oh my god.
Oh, my fucking head. Okay, I think this might be the right place. I saw the guy. I saw the deer guy that took Palmer and Jurnee, and he definitely saw us.
So we should leave?
I think we should find Palmer and Jurnee.
No? Well, we don't know if they're in the we don't know if they're in the maze or not, right?
No, we have no idea they're in the maze. So I'm feeling my way around, and I'm like, what's our best way out? Just out loud.
Yeah. So definitely put your left hand on the side of the maze, and eventually we leave.
Cool.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Okay.
Good of you to assume that this maze will obey the laws of physics.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, I think while you guys are having this nice little conversation, the golem has been creeping up behind you.
Yes, who I have not noticed and was wondering if Mordecai would bring it up.
Yeah, it is bearing down on you now, and it's going to take a swipe at you, Mordecai.
I roll to dodge.
Yeah, I mean, if you see it coming, you use an act under pressure.
That's
Oh,
a
no.
failure.
Okay, so yeah,
Damn it, Dan!
you get caught in the back by this mass of rock and leaves and wood, and it hits you for 2 harm and sends you sprawling out on the
Okay,
ground.
so left hand on the... What the fuck is that sound?
Huh?
And then I see you get pummeled by a golem, and you
And
die.
I die.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. So we're not in here alone. And then I'm going to raise both hands in the direction of the golem, Kamehameha style, and try to use magic to send out a beam of light of purple energy towards this golem.
Okay.
Because I don't think shooting it's going to help. It's made of rock.
That's fair.
So I'm going to use magic to inflict harm. That's a 7, a mixed success.
What is your glitch?
It draws immediate unwelcome attention.
Okay. Yeah, this blast of energy hits this earth golem, and it reels back a little bit, and then you see the two lights that are kind of circling inside of it both stop and come forward to the front of it and look like they are trained on you. And let's move over to Jurnee.
Still screaming.
Still screaming.
Can anyone hear me screaming? Oh, that we established that the maze was... We could hear each other.
You could hear Palmer, but Palmer has a connection with the maze, I imagine.
Roll plus weird for me, Jurnee.
Okay. Thankfully, I leveled that stat up in my level up. So hopefully, hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, Jurnee, as you're running down the maze and trying to get away from these sprites, you feel the ground shift underneath your feet and you see the walls of the maze moving around. And you hear a question, Miss Sitwell.
Yes, I'm currently busy. What do you need?
How is your grandmother?
No, Oberon, you didn't fuck her grandmother.
Does she talk of me?
Literally what this is.
She stops running and ducks and lets the sprites kind of fly in front of her, and then stands back up, turns around and goes the opposite way because the maze is moving and nothing makes sense to her anyway, so she's just trying to get away. What? How do you know her?
You heard of the birds and the bees.
Is this the running narrative? I hate this.
Maureen Sitwell was a good friend of our people for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
A good
A
friend.
real good bud.
Palmer, you hear from Oberon again, and he's asking you, did you get her to talk to anyone else about our people or our magic?
I don't know what conversations she's had with people when I'm not around, but there are no one else of our kind within our social circle, if you could call it that. However, her acquaintances do appear to be, let's say, touched by the supernatural.
Yeah, roll plus weird for me.
I don't know.
Just need to get a fucking t-shirt that says roll plus weird for me. The amount of times that you do this to us.
It's my favorite, obviously.
Mixed.
Yeah, you say that and you can hear Jurnee screaming a little bit in the background, but you you hear that screaming stop, and you hear her ask, how do you know her? How do you know that? And you feel the ground move underneath your feet again, and you find yourself in the center of the maze.
Oh, you did it!
My trial was easy. Honesty is the best policy. Why don't you just be honest, Jurnee? Maybe then you wouldn't have to fight people, Jurnee.
Mordecai and Dan, this elemental, this earth golem, is bearing down on you guys. And I think, Dan, it's going to do a familiar move to you. You see it stomp its feet, and then you see vines come up around your legs. Roll active pressure for me to get out of the way.
Cool.
Oh no.
That is a failure.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it catches you by your ankle and trips you to the ground, and you feel these vines wrap around you. Mordecai, what are you going to do?
I'm going to grab Dan and hurriedly usher him around the corner away from the...
Isn't he like wrapped up?
There are vines around my leg.
Yeah, I'm going to help you using the power of heart. So when fighting a monster, if you help someone, don't roll plus cool. You automatically help as though you rolled a 10.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
So I'm just going to use my sword, cut the vine, and we're getting out of here.
Yeah, so for that, because help out is something that builds on top of other people's moves. So Dan, roll an act under pressure to get out from these vines.
Dope. And so he automatically succeeds, so I get like +1.
Yep.
Oh, that's a 10 success, baby.
Yay.
There you go.
Easy.
You're able to get out from these vines, get from underneath like the grasp of this golem and start running.
Okay, hold on. I wanna hear the flavor of how he gets out. If I may suggest that Mordecai throws his sword at him and he just like catches it real fucking cool
I've
and
got
then
it.
like stabs into it.
Okay,
you know?
so you throw your sword towards me, and then I use magic to move the sword as it's spinning in midair right onto the vines and slice it. We combo move.
Wonderful.
Wombo combo.
Yep. And then I
Marvel
throw the sword
Ultimate
back to you
Alliance.
as we run. Yes, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
You got to have that flavor.
You need the flavor. That's good radio.
Flava Flav.
That was kind of close. Yeah, let's just fucking book it. Wait a
And remember
second.
to keep left.
Keep
Hands
left.
on the left side.
Keep left. Got it. Wait a second. I'm having an idea. And this is probably a
boy.
bad idea.
Oh boy.
But do you remember what we did last time we were in a maze?
Oh,
You burned-
we burned
No.
it down. Yeah. Okay, I got this.
No.
I take my weed, take a big drag, and using the doors of perception, I'm going to create a massive fireball and just try to blow a hole into the hedge next to us with Foya.
I fucking hate mazes. Let's just strong arm our way through it.
And honestly, Dan, we had a pretty good success rate last time we did this, right?
Yeah, 0 deaths.
Fuck mazes. All my homies hate mazes. Yeah, roll use magic. Yeah, cool. So you blow a hole through this hedge, and I think you start to head through. Let's move back to Jurnee.
I think she's going to continue to run and say, "Why are you doing this?"
We need to know if you can be as trustworthy as she was.
It's a weird question to ask. I don't know if he's taunting her or not. So I don't feel like she would want to just be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, my grandma's dead." Like, that's not really something I feel like that she would just blurt out and say.
Yeah.
So
I think what happens is Oberon notes your silence as you're running around, and you once again feel the ground shift beneath your feet, and in front of you, the hedges open up, and you see Palmer in a clearing.
can you stop moving things? That doesn't exactly make a maze fair. Palmer, hi, hello. Are we done? Can we leave? I hate this. She runs after her.
And I think as you come together with Palmer, the hedge maze starts to retreat back into the ground. And the golem that has been chasing you, Dan and Mordecai, also recedes. And suddenly the four of you are all standing in this clearing, being watched over by the King of the Fae.
What are you two? Why are you here?
how'd
Hey
you
guys,
get
glad
here?
we found you. Don't worry about it. We're here to help.
Ruin everything.
Hey, great. I don't know how you're gonna help right now. I don't know what's happening. Palmer, what's happening?
Oh my god.
We couldn't just let you get spirited away and not come looking for you.
Yes, you could.
No, absolutely not.
I'm with Dan on this one.
Is everyone okay?
I'm all right. Where is the big guy who was talking to me? She looks kind of up vaguely.
Yeah, you see Oberon sitting in his red throne, and he chuckles a bit and says, I think that you have pretty good friends, Miss Sitwell.
Yeah, thank you. I know. Can you stop doing those things? Like, give me some kind of warning at least, or I still don't. And she turns to Palmer. I still don't know. Who is this guy?
She addresses Oberon. Apologies for their behavior, Your Majesty.
Oh.
And then I think it clicks for Dan that this is Oberon.
Probably the
Oh.
Your Majesty line.
Sup?
What are you, Mordicai?
It's him. This is Oberon, sir. Hello.
This guy. Okay.
Just cover your face with your hands. Just cover your face.
The dude of dudes.
Respectfully, why did you take my friends away,
Respectfully.
sir?
Well, Daniel, is that your name?
I prefer Dan.
Dan Palmer here is one of my court, and she was sent to accomplish a particular mission that I now realize may have been unfair.
Like that maze you just made?
Sometimes I like unfair games. So I needed to evaluate the situation.
Okay. I'm gonna look around and raise my hands. Did you get what you needed?
I think so.
Okay, cool, because we kind of have a place to be.
Shut up!
Oberon just ignores you at this point and looks at Palmer. Palmer, what do you think of your ward?
I think that with the way her destiny is taking her, she will at one point have no choice but to face her involvement in the supernatural. And that perhaps it is not our duty to ferry her closer to danger. It would do nothing to further our cause.
And Miss Sitwell,
Uh-huh.
what do you think of Palmer?
I mean, like, she's nice and everything. Like, I don't know. Are you wanting, like, a professional, like, recommendation? Or, like, I could try to type something up. I mean,
I just want to know how you feel.
well, right now I feel a little angry that you threw us in a maze. And you're saying stuff about my family that I don't understand why. And why would you ask me such a thoughtless question like that?
Is it... Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, well, you couldn't have, I guess. But just, I want to go home.
I understand. Miss Sitwell, I'm sorry for your loss. I knew your grandmother for a very, very long time, and she was a good friend to us. And I can tell that you have her protection.
Can you please just stop? I think at this point, Jurnee is kind of realizing that all of the things that like her grandmother was raving about back in the day were actually like real things, and that she didn't feel like she took her very seriously because of that. And so she's kind of feeling a lot of regret right now because it's clear that she was involved in something a lot bigger than, you know, just being an average grandma.
Your Majesty, if I could request perhaps some time here in the wilds for them to recuperate, and perhaps you can approach this conversation with a fresher mind.
I think that's a wise decision, Palmer.
Palmer only rational when she's home. Wild
It's like your
creature
element.
everywhere else.
It's like when I'm around my parents and I don't curse. And
You're on your best behavior right
Yeah.
now.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to have a scene where we're at a banquet here. I'm not about to just go back to normal human land.
Okay.
Gotta at least, you know, pay the Fae bowling alley a visit and play a couple of games.
Also, Mordecai will stay regardless of his physical well-being, so maybe we should address
Yeah.
that.
Oberon looks up and says to Mar, go ahead and take Palmer and her companions and give them a place to stay. We will revisit this after a good night's rest.
I think I lean in to the lot of them and just kind of whisper and be like, don't tell anyone your full name, and don't accept anything that isn't explicitly stated as a gift. Do you understand these rules?
Wait, why can't we tell them our names?
It's a thing, all right?
It's the thing.
Oh, is it like valuable?
Do you agree
Okay.
or not?
Okay, that sounds pretty
Maybe.
easy.
Maybe.
Then we follow Mar.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to Memester of the Week. If you are enjoying the show and you want to hear updates or see memes or just have a chat with us, follow us on Twitter or Facebook at MemsterOTWPod. This week we have a promo from Bring Your Own Mech, an actual play podcast using Lancer, which is a fantastic game system. Let's check it out.
Passengers, remain calm and please stay in your seats. We are experiencing pirate activity.
Oh, there's just something happening. What? Them. Oh no.
At the outer edges of space, where union is but a whisper, humanity scrapes together a living amongst the stars. This is the story of 4 Lancers, talented pilots of mechanized chassis from all corners of the known universe, thrown together by circumstance and destiny, and credits. Follow Matcha, Moxie, Roadkill, and Silver, led by me, Reed, your game master, through the Lancer system, a mud and laser style anime mecha RPG. I hope they brought some printers with them, because this is Bring Your Own Mech, an actual play Lancer podcast, and batteries are not included. Follow my heading, and I'll see you there.
Once again, that's Bring Your Own Mech or at OwnMech on Twitter. Hey, thanks for listening to our show. We're having a lot of fun with this, and yeah, we just appreciate you guys checking in and hearing us be ridiculous and silly and having a good time with it. And so our next episode's going to be out on October 25th, so we'll see you guys then. Take care.